This is where they lived, among the stables, barns, and phony buildings of an old rundown movie location 20 miles from Los Angeles. They called themselves The Family. They came and went, and the number varied from 20 to 30. Police said they were a pseudo-religious cult. People who worked on the ranch said they were heavy users of drugs.
You're pregnant.
Are you aware that the Bradford had rather an unpleasant reputation around the turn of the century?
Awful things happen in every apartment house. She seems so happy and full of... She said wonderful things about you and your husband.
This is for you from Roman and me.
Sometimes I think they're too friendly and helpful. Guy, I have a pain.
I'm so afraid the baby's gonna die.
Rosemary, pain like that is a warning that something isn't right.
They're not setting foot in this apartment ever again.
What about what's fair to me?
There are plots against people, aren't there? Well, there's one against me and my baby.
If you say anything more about witches or witchcraft, we'll be forced to take you to a mental hospital.
I haven't slipped up that.
Patches, Dave.
He told the doctor to make sure that you got the room that was on his desk.
Read what they do, Guy. They use blood in their rituals. Monsters.
You're lying! You're lying! You're lying!
What have you done to it?
Built in 1889, the Westerfeld House has played host to Tsarist Russians, a hippie commune, and a Manson family murderer. The house was occupied in the late 60s by Kenneth Anger, an underground occultist filmmaker with ties to Anton LaVey, founder of the Church of Satan. Anger's experimental film, Invocation of My Demon Brother, included graphic depictions of satanic rituals performed in the house. This gives you a visual of rituals he was doing inside this house. And you can tell by the world that he surrounded himself in. This isn't just a movie he shot. This has reflected his activities and who he was. Manson family member Bobby Beausoleil is said to have brought Charles Manson himself to this house. Bobby Beausoleil also participated in these rituals with them, and
yes.
He lived in the house.
Yes, the room right behind you was his bedroom. Bobby had been a very well-respected musician and an early pioneer in the Haight-Ashbury community. He left the house after a large fight with Kenneth Anger, and he met up with the Manson family and became the first Manson family member arrested for the murder of Gary Heineman.
It is possible that the rituals and ceremonies that were being conducted in here by Kenneth Anger and Anton LaVey could have welcomed an entity from a very dark place to then possess him and influence him to then just change all of a sudden. So it makes you wonder if the rituals that went down inside of this house were literally opening doors up to hell. Kelly Edwards has lived in the bottom floor of the house for 15 years.
What's it like living here?
Unusual at times.
Yeah?
We've barely begun our interview when the energy of the house begins to make itself known.
Did you just feel that?
Mm-hmm.
You feel the table shaking?
Mm-hmm.
Why is the table moving?
Okay, this is the investigation of the Westerfeld house. A house where Anton LaVey, the founder of the Church of Satan, came and did his ceremonies. A year after he created the Church of Satan with his friend Kenneth Anger, occultist filmmaker who made the films Invocation of My Demon Brother, filmed here, Lucifer Rising. Ceremonies and rituals that were performed here were at a very, very, very high intensity.
Rosemary, go back to bed. You know you're not supposed to be up and around.
Is the mother? Rosemary.
Shut up.
Rosemary.
Shut up. You're in Dubrovnik. I don't hear you. What have you done to it? What have you done to its eyes?
He has his father's eyes.
What are you talking about? Guy's eyes are normal. What have you done to him, you maniac?
Satan is his father, not Guy. He came up from hell and begat a son of mortal woman. Hail, Satan!
Hail, Satan!
Satan is his father, and his name is Adrian. He shall overthrow the mighty and lay waste their temples. He shall redeem the despised and wreak vengeance in the name of the burned and the tortured. Hail, Adrian! Hail, Adrian! Hail, Satan! Hail, Satan!
He chose you.
you out of all the world, out of all the women in the whole world. He chose you. He arranged things because he wanted you to be the mother of his only living son.
His power is stronger than stronger. His might shall last longer than longer.
Yes, Satan!